Mouse Trouble News fans, a very interesting event has taken place. French and Saudi governments had put forward a plan to assassinate Bashar Al-Assad, the leader of Syria, and the embattled nation, which has been going through what was initially an insurgent phase and now what is a civil war phase against the terrorist-free Syrian army. They had planned to assassinate Assad, and they had presented this plan to the United States, but Obama vetoed it and decided that that was not a course that the United States wanted to take. The Debka news agency in Israel said that it was a Franco-Saudi plan. Now, this is some more details by RT. Debka's sources say that before being voted out of office, French President Nicolas Sarkozy spent his last days in the Élysée Palace in long telephone conversations with the White House in which they attempted to persuade the U.S. president to align American troops in the attack. Along with Saudi Defense Minister Prince Salman, Sarkozy hoped that President Obama would provide supplemental forces that would be required to destroy Assad's palace and in turn execute the Syrian leader, his family, and top leaders of government. Specifically, the Franco-Saudi plan called for 12 hours of airstrikes on Assad's palace northeast of Damascus that would be accompanied by American fighter jets launched from a U.S. aircraft carrier stationed in the Mediterranean or Red Sea with their sights set on the Syrian air defense system. Additionally, Obama was asked to provide U.S. warplanes to keep the Syrian Air Force grounded and perhaps even call upon America's cyber warfare capabilities to keep Assad's radar systems and anti-missile programs offline, reports Debka. Now, there's two possible reasons why the Obama administration would not seek to assassinate Assad right out. I mean, obviously, it's a very good tactic military-wise. It does contravene human rights, and assassinating foreign leaders is actually, by international law, a terrorist act, but so is executing your own civilians with drone strikes. So actually following things that are considered to be crimes, I mean, not committing what is considered to be terrorist attacks is not something that the United States or NATO particularly does. The point here that the United States is trying to go for is to keep out of having a complete in-depth role in the situation in Syria. They have previously said that they're sending communication devices and advisors to help organize, but in reality, anti-tank weapons have been sent. The U.S. has paid for a lot of the weapons that have come from Israel and Switzerland, and the surrounding countries. Turkey, Saudi Arabia as well have joined in on this. So the U.S. has played a very active role. Of course, the media in the West is completely ignoring this. It is being reported. It's being reported by international news agencies, but being completely ignored in the West. So there is an active role, but in this case, the U.S. administration is trying to make it appear as though that's not happening, because they're not trying to get drawn in to the point where they're using troops, because obviously troop deployment is already overextended. There is not enough forces in Afghanistan to keep up the occupation, and the occupation of Iraq, which seems to be going a lot better for the U.S. and NATO forces, but they can't really expend the boots on the ground right now to take on that kind of situation. And once something like that were to actually go through, then it would be like the U.S.'s responsibility, because they were the ones that did it, and would be seen as the ones doing it, even though they actually are the ones that did do it. But the tactic here is to make it appear as though they're not going head in, and that this wasn't all their fault, even though it actually is, and they are the ones that initiated it. But regardless of that, it's about the appearance. It's about making it appear a lot better than it actually is. And possibly another reason why they'd be willing to let the war go on longer is because, well, it's immensely profitable to arms dealers. The longer this goes on, the more arms dealers are going to make money from U.S. taxpayers paying for the weapons that are going to the Syrian rebels. There are funds coming in from other places as well, but a great deal of it is coming from the United States taxpayer. So that's probably why I think this would probably be the reason why he decided to veto the assassination attempt on Assad. Plus, when you assassinate a foreign head of state, it's always a diplomatic nightmare no matter what the situation is. But I think these are the main reasons why Barack Obama did decide to do that.